these web designers that are sanctioned by the OEM, think about this. You guys are business owners. It's just common sense. Their model is not for you and your two websites. They're building a macro model for 3,000 Chevy stores and another couple thousand other whatever franchise stores. So you can't be White Castles and Ruth Chris at the same time. You can't be. So their model is a template that's mass produced. And what happens because of that, the structural integrity is not there. It's really not.
Let me ask you a question. Did you come here to listen to money or make it? This is L.A. Williams, the blind master. And Sean V. Bradley and I came here for one reason and one reason only. And that's to fill your pockets with money. Now how are we gonna do it? By giving you the secrets, techniques, and strategies for you to stop losing and start winning at this game called automotive professional sales.
Hey everybody, this is Sean V. Bradley, the president of Dealer Synergy and the creator of the Millionaire Car Salesman Facebook group and the Millionaire Car Salesman podcast. And today is going to be very interesting. So it's going to the Dealer Synergy Academy class that we're doing today is the first time ever that we've opened up a Dealer Synergy Academy class to the public. But I honestly been seeing a lot of things that have been disturbing me in the industry. And so I wanted to kind of open this up to the Millionaire Car Salesman group and our 30,000 members that we have in there. So today's workshop is how to properly do a digital marketing ROI assessment and vendor partner analysis. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do. You guys don't have a lot of noise in the background, so you can leave your mics open. Please feel free to just open your mic and ask a question, and I'll stop and I'll answer the question. If you guys have loud backgrounds, just keep the sound on mute. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. In a couple minutes, I'm going to actually show you several of our clients' marketing assessments, but obviously we've removed their names and any details about the dealership just out of respect to them. But I want to just start by saying that right now in the industry, what I'm finding is a massive disparity in what dealers are spending versus what they're getting. And to add more to this, I've spoken to almost 500 NAD and NCM 20 groups. And when we do composites, this is the benefit of a 20 group. We have approximately 20 rooftops in one area, and we're able to see not only what the total ad spend is in the dealership, but how that ad allocation is broken down. And I'm seeing like one particular thing that's more disturbing than anything else is the digital spend to the website. Okay, so let me explain. And then I'm going to ask the people that are on here a couple questions in a second. So when I ask my clients, okay, do me a favor, can you let me know how much money are you spending on your website, right? We're going to start there on the website. The problem that I'm seeing is that they have no clue because a lot of these companies are bundle packaging. They're bundle packaging their services. I don't want to mention any names just yet. We'll get into that. And so let's say I ask them, okay, how much you spending on your website? They might say $4,000. I'm like, there's no way that your website costs you $4,000. Usually when you have whether it's an OEM compliant site or not, there's different packages. You'll have your core package on your website. You'll have sometimes an SEO package for search engine optimization. You might have an SEM management fee for the pay-per-click, and you might have an SEM budget that goes to Google AdWords or something like that. Does this make sense? Let's start there with the people that are on the Zoom right now. So Ron or Joel or Anthony, if you guys want to jump in, I'm going to ask you guys a question. If I was going to ask you that same question, how much are you spending on your website? What would you say? Do you know that number clearly?
Not right off the top of my head. I know it's excessive because of all the bundling.
Okay, that's from Ron. What about Joel?
Yeah, no, I mean, I try to bill out my internet leads in one category, my regional advertising by the county I'm advertising, and separate the computer expense so that I can look at it all separately.
So let's look at your website then. So approximately how much do you think you're spending on your website itself?
On the website itself, less than $800 a month.
Okay, so that's actually realistic. Okay, so $800 a month on the website. Okay, now do you have an SEO package on the website?
That includes the package that I'm doing there for search engine optimization.
So pause, stop. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Because if it's $800, but there's got to be a cost for SEO. So what's important is you want to break that out. You know what I mean? So I'm just making this up because this is just an example. So maybe your core website is $500 and your SEO is $300. You need to know that, because follow my logic on this. Everybody should know the benchmark, and unfortunately nobody does. What is your website built core yield you? So if you're spending $500 on your website and that generates you 10 leads, then you're benchmarking that. Then you know, okay, if I'm adding another $300 for SEO, what's that bump? Because if you don't have that broken out, if all you know is I'm spending $800 on my website and I get 15 leads, well, that might sound good, it might sound bad, but think about the logic. You don't know what the SEO package itself is doing to net increase leads. Do you follow me, Joel?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go. So for Ron, just to go back to you again, and it gets worse. Okay. Because as you just saw with the example I just did with Joel, it's not broken out. Now let's go back to Joel real quick. So Joel, do you do any pay-per-click?
We do not. I'm laughing because I've been in business for 43 years, and going back 25 years ago, like AutoBytel, AutoTrader, so many different sites, we were paying per click, and it was wonderful because we got a report and we could go back and look at that report and see what we got sales out of. Right now I have that only on AutoBytel that's sending me a report, but I'm paying $10 a lead on that because so many of them are bad leads.
Yeah, but again, that's not the website. That's not Google AdWords. Those are leads that you're paying for, which I understand. What I'm saying is, are you investing in Google AdWords specifically, Google SEM?
Yeah. For that, we're spending about $1,500 a month.
Okay, so $1,500 a month. Now, question, what is the ad management fee? Because nobody does Google AdWords for free. You either do it in-house or a company is going to charge you a percentage or they're going to charge you a flat rate. So if your ad budget is $1,500, how much extra are you paying to have somebody run those campaigns?
That's included in that. I'm paying $dollars and $500 of it is to Google.
Okay, so see what I mean? We want to break that out. Okay, so it's $1,000 is for the SEM and it's $500 for the ad management fee. But now watch this, Ron. This is going to get you like this is what blows me away. It doesn't stop there. What we also need to find out is how much are you spending on everything to drive traffic to your website? Let me explain. Okay, anything on social media. So back to Joel. Joel, are you paying for any Facebook ads or Instagram ads or social media ads?
At this time, I'm minimal, meaning a few $100s. It's
fine. I'm going to do $200. Now, is there a management fee above that $200?
That's part of that $1,000 month.
Okay, so that's included management fee. Okay, here's the next question. Are there any APIs on your website? API means like a trade tool, a credit tool, a digital retailing tool, a chat tool. Do you pay anything for any widgets or products on your website?
Yes, I do. That is, I believe it's $80 a month for the chat.
For what? Okay, $80 for chat. Okay, do you have anything for anything else like credit app or trade appraisal tool or digital retailing?
Is Dealer Track, and that Dealer Track was a little over $500 for many years. It was great because they handled the inventory and pricing, but now it's been thinned down with more or less just a credit app service. That's like $280 a month.
Okay, $280. Now, is there any digital retailing or trade tools?
Nothing separate from that.
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay, so then let's take a look at this right here. So now these are not that bad, to be honest with you, with the numbers that I'm hearing at all. You're way lower than I bet you that Ron is. But let's go to 800 right there, plus 1,500, plus 500, plus 200, plus 80, plus 280. Now, okay, that's only 3,360. My question is, and this is very important, how many leads are you generating from your website? Not the OEM, not third-party leads, not online classifieds, not AutoTrader, Cars.com, nothing. I mean, just your dealer website. How many leads a month are you getting, honestly?
Yeah, not enough. 8 to 12, I would say, that are direct.
Okay, so watch this. So at 12 leads, all I'm doing is 3,360 divided by 12, and that means that you're paying $280 per lead. And this is my problem and why I'm doing this workshop right now. So again, a lot of times, follow me, guys, what happens is this. Is the OEMs tell you, you need this, you need that. All these vendors are calling you, you need this, you need that. And dealers are buying all this crap. They're buying all this shit, excuse my language, but that's what it is. They're buying all this crap and they're not realizing. And the real test is very simple. Add up every dollar that you're paying for your website, the packages, the sub packages, the hidden packages, all the APIs, widgets, all your ad spend for social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And it's a very simple barometer. It's a simple check. You're either pregnant or not pregnant. There's no emotion. It's math. If you turn around and you do what we did, first of all, I got to tell you, this is nothing, Joel, respectfully. I've got dealers right now, I'm not going to mention any of them, spending $55,000. I swear, I'm not exaggerating on this. $55,000, one store, mostly PPC, and they're generating 120 to 150 leads. It's costing them, like you, $280 to $390 per lead. And I ask them why, and they're like, I have no idea. Here's the answer why, guys. No disrespect. I call it dumb dealer math. And I'm a dealer advocate, so I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm just saying what it is. Dumb dealer math to me is, okay, if I spend X amount of dollars, how much do I make? If I make more than I'm spending, I'm okay. And that's what it is. Unfortunately, if you're spending $3,000 or $4,000 or $30,000, but you're making way more than what you spent out, it's like that. It's the overall average. But what happens is if you don't look under the hood, you are not being fiscally responsible. It's not just, can I sell cars? Why do I need to sell it so much? You made a point. Now, I don't mean to correct you, but AutoWeb is now the new name of AutoBytel. AutoBytel hasn't been in business for years. So AutoWeb actually has a program right now, and I'm not a seller of theirs. I'm just telling you, they do charge only $10 for freaking leads. I think it's used car leads, by the way. But again, why would you spend $280 per lead through all this crap when you could buy leads for $10, that are there? You said they're better. I'm going to push back because to me, a lead is a lead. It is a name. It is a phone number to follow up on. And again, the closing ratio is only about 8 to 10%. That's it. So if I got 100 leads from AutoWeb, I'm going to sell about 8 to 10 cars if I have the right CRM process, the right people, the right training, the right management. So it's not going to give me like a 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% closing ratio. Does that make sense, guys?
Oh, it definitely does. But certain lead services bring you customers. We're not in the bad credit business. And as a result, on AutoBytel passed, AutoWeb passed. AutoBytel passed was great, but AutoWeb, we would get 29 out of 30 that we could do nothing with. So that's that's our biggest issue with all of our expense is the leads that we get, getting people who are financeable. I mean, that's our biggest problem. We're 100%.
So
but
let me just jump in. I'm going to just talk to Ron here. So Ron, let's just go over just a couple of things. I'm going to bring up my scorecard in a second. Okay. Let's just asking some basic questions. Approximately, do you have any idea of how much you're spending on your website and all those things? I know that you said you didn't have the exact number, but if you could give like a range, what do you think that is?
I spend about, I was spending $14.99 for our basic site through GM.
Okay.
I've got the same that I have to pay for Cadillac, which we get no leads off of.
Yep.
We just recently upped, I think, an extra $1,500 a month so we can get some creative updates on our website where we can get landing pages built for us and this stuff. And we're doing that for just a 30-day period so we can get our site refreshed back up. But then I've got a retail tool, which is $1,600 a month. And I've also got it's called the Auto Lead Star widget, which is $1,000 a month. And that's just for one site.
Okay, so I got $14.99 for one store, $14.99 for the other store, $1,500. Is that for each store extra or both?
No, that's just for one
For
site.
one. Okay, and then
And
those
2 stores are together.
Yes, understood. I understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, understood.
Okay.
And then you have $1,600 for the digital retailing. Is that times 2 or is that 1?
That is times 1.
That's 1. Okay, and then $1,000. That's times 1, right?
Correct.
Okay. Do you do any Google AdWords?
Yeah, so my parents' site is what this is. So we'll say $7,000 a month goes towards Google AdWords and also towards social media marketing.
Okay, and they lump it in. You need to break that out. Let me just give you another advice. As you guys see here, I wrote an international best-selling book called Googleopoly. Okay, and I even talk about this then, is that I am not a fan of Google AdWords. I've never been, and here's the reason why. It is the most expensive thing. It's like going to the freaking auction. You are literally bidding on keywords against your own manufacturer, against third-party providers, against online classifieds and your competitors. So you guys are driving the PPC cost up. In my opinion, the better, most fiscally responsible would be social media paid ads, by far. So, but let's go into it.
Those are our best performing. And actually, we just switched to a new company that uses artificial intelligence to place. So we start with a budget, and then wherever our consumers are spending their time, that's where it's deviating the spend to.
But watch this. Okay. Now, is there an ad fee? Is there a management fee?
Absolutely. There is a management fee. And I think that digital retailing is $2,000 a month. Okay.
So now here's the numbers that I've got so far. Okay. I've got, and to go back into this, we've got $14.99 for one site. We got $14.99 for another site. We got the additional $1,500 we talked about. Then we've got the digital retailing at $1,600. Then we got an extra $1,000 there. Plus we got $7,000 in PPC and social ads. And we got $2,000 in the management fee. So we're up to $16,000 on your website. Now, I got a couple other questions off the top of your head. Do you know what your time on site is? Do you know what your bounce rates are?
I get those regularly. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. I know when we're trending up or trending down in them.
Here's my experience. When you have OEM compliant sites, they're the worst sites in the entire industry because think about this. I have a ton of GM stores. My daughter works at RK Kia, Chevy, Subaru in Vineland, New Jersey. You know what I mean? They've been my client for over 10 years now. I have a ton of big GM stores. And I'm going to say this respectfully. When these web designers that are sanctioned by the OEM, think about this. You guys are business owners. It's just common sense. Their model is not for you and your 2 websites. They're building a macro model for 3,000 Chevy stores and another couple thousand other whatever franchise stores. So you can't be White Castles and Ruth Chris at the same time. You can't be. So their model is a template that's mass produced. And what happens because of that, the structural integrity is not there. It's really not. I could go on your site now and we'll play with it in a second and show you a bunch of stuff. But my point is, on average, there's a 30 to 40% bounce rate. So let me explain what that means. That means if you spend $16,000 and you're am I right or wrong? Does that sound familiar?
Oh yeah.
So look at this, brother. If you have 16,098, right, budget times 0.25, that means for every month when you spend $16,000 on your website, $4,000 right off the top, right off the rip is going to air. Because people are literally hitting and bouncing away. So the thing is this, is that the only time it makes sense, in my opinion, to really drive traffic to your website, especially PPC, what you're doing, my brother, is you're spending $100 on ketchup and $2 on your steak. Let me repeat that. You're spending $100 on your ketchup and $2 on your steak. Now, let's do the test. Can you please give me an estimate legitimately of how many leads are you getting off of both of those websites?
Probably between 3 and 350, maybe.
Wait a minute. Are you sure you're not counting GM Buy Power in there? I need you to pull out
No. Because so right now my cost per lead is probably right around $50, which in my estimation is really high. But that does not include. That's just on basically my $7,000 spend. Okay.
Yeah, doing the math this way, I'm coming up about $46 per lead. That's still too high, like you said.
It's gonna be higher than that because I don't have my website costs in that and my fees and all that figured into it.
Well,
and
Ron,
I apologize, I can't.
No.
But
yeah. I'm actually proud of you. The fact that you even know that, you know what I mean? Because again, as you see here with Joel, and I'm now going to go into a bunch of these that we've done in the past. So these are real stores with real situations that are in here that you guys are about to see, which is crazy. Okay. So dealership 1, let's jump this down right here. Okay. So this is insane to me. Okay. They're spending Auto Trader alone, the $6,544 is the monthly fee. They're only getting 25 leads by email, 0 phone calls from there, which is a problem at the store. They're not going to get any phone ups. So there's a problem there. So a total of 25, and they sold 1 car from it. So the average is literally for this store for this month, $261 per lead at Auto Trader. And $6,540 is the cost per sale for this 1 car sold. It's insane. But if you look over here, Dealer Inspired, this is just off their website, but this is not including everything else. So this is not the full number because we didn't include, the chat and all that other stuff that comes with it. But sure. If you look at this, let's just go into TrueCar. $123 per lead for here. They only got 24 leads. They had a rate of it was a flat rate, $29.70, right? They had 24 leads. And again, it averaged $123 per lead. The next one is from Car Gurus, $38.05. They had 18 emails, email leads from it. And it's about $211 per lead. So again, this is just one store. I'm going to kind of go through the next one. Okay. So dealership 2. Okay. So for dealership 2, Auto Trader, $131 per lead. Okay. This one, they spent $922, not a lot. They got 5 emails, 2 phone ups, total of 7 leads. It's $131 per lead. Okay. Then over here for, Cars Direct Auto Credit Approved, it's only $24 per lead. You know what I mean? It's a cost per lead, $24 per lead. They got a number of 298 leads or what have you. Let's go over here. TrueCar, $250 flat rate. Again, they only had 1 lead from email and 8 leads from the phone. Carfax, there's not a lot. Let's go into it here. Car Gurus, $1,785, $178. Like this just blows my mind. I don't know how leads are $100 per lead, $178 per lead, $222. But Cars.com, okay, Cars.com only costs $655. So dealers are like, oh, it's not a lot of money. Well, if you're only generating 3 leads off of it and it's $221 per lead and you sold 0 cars from it, that doesn't make any kind of sense. That's dealer number 2. Dealer number 3. All right, check this out. So this is one of the ones I was telling you about before. Look at this. Okay. Auto Trader. They're spending $5,389 per lead. I mean, flat rate, right? They generated $19 they generated 19 email leads, 0 phone calls. So it's $283 per lead. Okay. Now let's go through here because they did have some phone ups. We've got Car Gurus, $2,750. They got 68 email leads, 25, phone leads, and it was like about $40 per lead. Okay. Cars.com, 2,900, 21 email leads. It's $138 per lead. So again, guys, what should it be? I'm going to go over those answers in a second, but I just want to kind of show you this here. Dealership number 4. Okay, like this store spent $65,000 this month, that month in advertisement. And as you break it down, this blows my mind. Let's look at how we're looking at this. They have a website by Dealer Inspire. They have Car Gurus. They have Auto Trader. They've got TrueCar, Cars.com, Facebook paid ads. They've got Kelly Blue Book Instant Cash Offer, which is a trade tool. They've got SEM, SEO. They've got online classifieds. They got a chat tool. They're doing radio, ads. They got the OEM. They got third-party leads. But the ones that they're spending money on, look at this, $30,000 on their, SEM. They're spending another $7,500 on SEO. So it's $37,500 just in SEO and SEM, plus, $5,000 for their trade, tool, plus, $2,500 for Facebook ads right there, plus the $2,000 on the website. So when you look at this and then identify that they only generated 86 leads off of here, the average cost per lead from the website is over $300+. Do you follow me? Mm-hmm. It's crazy. So now going into here, let's go through Auto Trader, $6,644 to generate a total of 30 leads. The average cost per lead is $221 per lead. So now that I've kind of showed you this, let's just talk about this for a couple minutes right here. This is utterly mind-blowing to me. Well, what should it be? Well, let me go through some things right here. Now, again, I think that if digital marketing is done the right way, by whether it's internally or not, I'm going to share with you some facts here. Okay. The former head of Facebook for the automotive industry, his name is Bob Lanham. Okay. Bob Lanham ran Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp for many, many years. He just left and is the senior executive for Car Now. But I interviewed him before, and this is directly what he said to me. The head of Meta for the entire automotive industry said, dealers don't need to waste money on these agencies. They don't need, nowadays, Facebook and Meta corporate make it so easy for a dealer to do it. So all these details that they're paying an ad agency for or a Facebook, social media company for is just wasted freaking money. If you do this yourself, the cost per opportunity should be around $20 to $25, in my opinion. If you're doing digital marketing the right way, it should be about $20 to $25. That is why you can buy leads from Cars Direct. Just to give you some background, Cars Direct's parent company is Internet Brand. It's about a $14 billion company, something like that. They're the parent company of WebMD. So it's a legitimate company. It's a $14 billion company approximately. And they own Cars Direct and Auto Credit Express. You can get Cars Direct Internet purchase request leads for maybe $20, $25 or something like that, maybe 19 if you grind the shit out of them down. So why would you turn around and not do that to go to these other maniacs? It doesn't make any sense to me. Second point is this, AutoWeb. Now, respectfully, Joel, I respect you, but I want to just tell you, these are not pirates anymore. It's not the Wild Wild West. AutoWeb was a publicly traded company. There has literally been over 100 million cars purchased. Do you hear what I just said? 100 million cars were purchased through AutoWeb, Auto by Tel. So they're a real company. You know what I mean? So again, to your point, right now they're selling leads for $10 per lead. So I'm not suggesting that a dealer should put their entire ad budget into third-party providers. But what I'm seeing is a real direct irresponsibility is that we're putting a massive, usually the most amount of money a dealer invests is in the worst freaking place. It's in their website and it's in pay-per-click. Now, think about this. This is the easiest money for these pirates to freaking make. And I'm not saying everybody's a pirate, but a lot of these people are Somalian pirates, like from, Captain Phillips, that movie. They're like, I'm the captain now. That's how I feel that these vendors are. They're the captain now, It's the easiest money to grab from people. Now, again, theoretically, your website should be your best investment, but that's only, ___, only if your website is built with integrity, meaning that you have the technology. It's not messed up. It's not plagiarized. It's not screwed up. Let me show you something. Can I have a volunteer from one of you guys, from Joel, Ron, or Zach? Because I can't see Anthony. I don't know if Anthony's there or not, but one of you guys, I'm going to look at your website. I'm going to show you some things real quick.
Sure. SelectEuroCars.com.
Done. Okay. Who's your website provider?
No, so select SELECT Euro EURO cars.com.
No, who's your website provider? I said.
Our website provider currently is just changed over to Search Metrics.
Okay, so with a name like Search Metrics, this should be an awesome website. So I'm going to show you some basic-ish right now. This is not even rock star stuff, guys. This is basic SEO.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Dealer Synergy is an award-winning training, consulting, CRM, recruiting, and accountability firm. We are a 13-time Dealer Choice Award winner. We have proudly served automotive dealers for 20 years and have trained over 150,000 automotive sales professionals. We've worked with over 3,700 rooftops across the country, not including our global clients in Canada, Russia, the Dominican Republic, and more. We are the most sought-after subject matter experts and pioneers of the automotive industry. Our executive team has a combined 75-plus years of automotive industry expertise at the highest level. We've literally taken dealerships from having challenges and problems, some even on the brink of bankruptcy, to becoming national success stories.
Dealer Synergy had really helped build something from the ground up. You guys have made me fall in love with what I've always loved to do. I give credit to Dealer Synergy.
I just hired 8 people, and Dealer Synergy HR really was critical in me being able to do it.
You provided the training, you helped us with our CRM. You provided a solution for a lot of things that I was looking for. Our people loved LA, what Karen has done for me personally. Franca, her communication back and forth. You've got a really solid group of people.
Having somebody like Sean and his company that knows automotive, so the marriage between what knowledge he possesses and the fact that he has this great video production staff, it gives you the best of both worlds. So I would certainly recommend them.
Sean comes in the dealership and he advanced us light years ahead of our competition.
Just an absolute leading edge training company.
Go to BradleyOnDemand.com and give your team access to the best automotive training in the world.
There's something called alt tags, okay? They're images. So all the images right here, and I haven't even seen your site before or whatever. So what should happen before I even look at this, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. It should have good optimization on the keyword, but what usually happens is a lot of website companies are lazy and nobody checks. So it's like 000 ... and it's not SEO. So let's watch. Okay, see what I'm gonna do right here when I say save image as? It's gonna pop up. Look at this. That's shitty SEO, Joel. Whoever did your website is not doing a good job because that alt tag is not optimized. Select new logo 240. That's lazy SEO. The way that this should be going, let me show you. I'm going to show you what this should be. I can't do it here. I'm going to open up a notepad and I'm going to show you what that graphic should say on it. That graphic should say something like this. That is the freaking proper. That's basically select Eurocars, Waterloo. What's called geo-targeted the SEO for the alt tag right there. So now that's only one image. Let's turn around and go to another main image. Use Volkswagen and Audi car dealer. Okay, that's kind of generic, but it doesn't give the geo. So now you're trying to optimize that against every other Volkswagen Audi dealership in the United States, which doesn't make any sense. Car dealerships, I know you can sell cars anywhere. You want to geo-target and dominate your local search stuff. Here's another thing right here. I'm going to show you. This is going to blow you away. Okay, watch this. And now I actually have real advanced software, but I'm going to show you some MacGyver shit. So I go to plagiarism checker. Okay, now watch this. So I'm going to go to plagiarism checker. These are sponsored. Here, this is the one I use right here. See, plagiarismchecker.net. So I click here. Now I'm going to go to your website, and this is your homepage. I'm going to click your homepage right here, and vehicle. This is your freaking homepage. So watch this. I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to drop this in plagiarism checker right here. Okay, see that? First of all, you spelled appointment wrong. Do you see how embarrassing that is, brother? Like, do you want to do business with somebody who can't even spell the word appointment? Like, who's doing quality insurance, check on your website? And I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, if I was the owner of a company, I would be pissed that whoever did this didn't even spell check. But let's just leave that there. So now watch this. I am now going to do check plagiarism. You see this?
Yep.
So now it's going to detect. My psychic forecast is going to tell me that this has got a high propensity of plagiarism stuff. So you should know that basic SEO should have unique 100% plagiarized. Look at that shit. There you go. I normally see like 90% or 85, but 100%. So what this tells me is that they cut and pasted this shit to multiple other dealerships' websites. So how is your dealership's website supposed to rank strongly when you have cut and pasted content all throughout your website? Do you follow me?
Yep.
Google frowns on that. So again, guys, listen, I'm doing a live webinar right here. Like, can you imagine if I used like HubSpot software or SEMrush or any other type of real SEO companies and consulting companies like us? We use software that costs us thousands of dollars a month I just showed you some MacGyver-ish right there. This is like some caveman. Like, I showed you how unsophisticated your website is in like with tools that I found for free on Google. Is that crazy or what, Ron?
Yeah, it actually is.
So now can you imagine? So here's the thing though, is like, think about this. If I'm going to spend, in Ron's case, $16,000 to drive traffic to a website, then damn it, it's got to be the best website. You have to, first of all, there's two types of realities on your website. One is the psychology, the strategy, your value package proposition. You need to articulate what is different and better about your organization. So there's a whole strategy on psychology and sales, marketing, blah, blah, blah. But then there's a whole other reality of it, which is the structural integrity, the H1s, the H2s, things like that, and I see stores. Ron, what's your website?
dpolesauto.com.
No, I know that. I know that, but I'm saying, what is your website provider?
Oh, dealer.com.
Oh, wow. Watch this. Okay. So let me just see if this is, okay. So, but I want to just see something. So,
Hey, Sean, while you're doing this real quick, I got a quick question for you.
Yes. Hold on for one. Yeah. Just keep moving. Which one do you want me to do? This Chevy Buick GMC one?
No, the one down below it, Depots Auto.
Okay. This one. There we go. So this is like the dealer group page. Okay.
Yep.
So I just want to see something really quick. Okay. So I'm going to go right here. So I'm going to just check out the HTML in for a second. See this? I'm viewing page source code. So what happens here is that sometimes these web providers that have like thousands of websites on their platform, they're going to use plugins, especially if there's WordPress and things like that. There's Yoast, for example. So what happens is that the dealers, their templates, they go in and they change little pieces of the code that are going to be in the description or in the headers 1 and 2 and things like that. What I'm looking for right here is to see if they have any plugins for Google Ad Manager pictures right here. There, I'm looking for an SEO plugins. I just saw one of these websites the other day, and holy crap, like the store was paying like literally like $5,000 for SEO, but they were using a free plugin. I don't see it here. This is good for you though. They were using a free plugin, and a plugin that cost the company maybe $250. They were charging thousands and thousands of dollars a month for what cost their web company literally $250. So I'm all about making a profit, but there's a difference of ripping somebody's face completely off. Go ahead, Zach. You had a question, sir?
Yeah, thank you. So literally, I'm a acquisition specialist in literally internet sales department. I've been doing everything I possibly can to try and increase any kind of traffic to our dealership, just because I want to make the most money I possibly can. And if my dealership's not going to do it, I got to do something. So I went through actually and did a complete SEO assessment of our website, and it was trash. I tried expressing this to my GM, and basically he told me that the marketing is not my job, so I shouldn't worry about it. However, I'm like, I do worry about it because that's money out of my pocket that I don't get every month, and I want to be the best. I want this dealership to succeed and kill it. But no matter what I say, no matter what I do, no matter what I've shown for proof, it just doesn't happen. It's like even right now, we're having this like deflationary period of our used cars and stuff like that. So as all these prices have dropped, nobody who I try to get for acquisitions believes the street purchase price at all. And no matter how much you educate them, no matter how much you teach them, it just doesn't work. So it's a battle over here, but how would you navigate trying to even get...
I'm going to do better for that. Ron, can you please share with them what your title is, sir?
The owner.
So he's a dealer principal. So this is great. You know what I mean? And just one of our clients. So, sir, you heard what he said? Like, I mean, my God, as a business owner that I am and the business owner you are, wouldn't you want a freaking employee that's proactive to find how you're hemorrhaging? So like, but Zach, you're not alone. There's a ton of people, but let's ask the dealer principal on that's here, one of them that's on here, to just say, okay, how do you respond to that? He's like, my God, I'm seeing that we're hemorrhaging, and I'm going to my GM and he's like, shut up, mind your business. How would you advise him to reapproach him?
Data, you know, have it laid out in data. Say, hey, I know you told me to stay in my own lane, but you know, I have the best interest in your organization, and I just wanted to share with you some data. Take a time, look it over. And if you've got some questions you want me to go over and deep dive into it with you, I'm more than happy to, and then kind of let it go from there. But just make sure you got data behind it. At least that's my side.
Yeah, no for sure. I get that a lot.
But yeah, that'd be really tough when they say, when you see something and they tell you, just don't worry about that. That's not your job.
It's brutal. I was actually, before I even got into this industry, I was a UPS driver. I was actually elected by 120 of my peers to be a shop steward, because all I do is try to bring something to, if I'm coming to the table, I'm not coming empty-handed, because it's not going to help me in that facet. So every time I come with a solution to a problem, I bring back what's behind it. Like, there's not one other salesperson in my dealership, and I mean this, that uses social media in the terms of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it. I mean, I'm on all of them because I want to grow and brand myself, so that way I can create and, I don't know, be the best I can. But not one other salesperson in my dealership does that. And it's driving me up a wall, because I'm like, this is all collective SEO in that manner. The more people we get doing this, the more traffic we get generated towards our dealership. But it's so difficult to sit there and feel like I'm climbing up the biggest hill, and all that's happening is people are throwing more stuff onto my back, and I can't get to the top.
So,
well, my guess is that the dealer has his hands in the marketing.
Yeah, very much. Yeah. I've tried. The owners actually control basically our email marketing and our Facebook and all these things. And if you went and looked at our Facebook for the dealership, it has 1.3 thousand followers and 1.3 thousand likes. I'm sorry, but if you have that many people, even as little as 1.3 thousand is, my small town, that's a load of people that, if for only one like per post, essentially, that you've had a follower, that is absurd. I'm sorry. It's just crazy. And there's no way to break through it. And I'm doing the best I can. And what I found as a solution is to just build myself.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to say to you is this. First, you got to realize, circle of influence versus circle of concern. You cannot change other people. What I would say is, to piggyback off of Ron, I would not only have the data, I would probably also add one other thing. What is the contingency? You know what I mean? So if you say, hey, listen, something like this, what's the GM's first name?
Alan.
Alan, I would say, I'm going to role play with you. Hey, Alan, listen, can I talk to you for a couple of minutes? Look, I totally respect, everything you're saying, and I understand stay in my lane, but I want to just let you know that, again, I mean, no disrespect whatsoever. You got to kind of desensitize. You got to turn around and make sure that he doesn't feel threatened. You're trying to make him look stupid or any other stuff, because there's a lot of egos involved, especially at the executive management level. Respectfully, just say, look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, whatever. I really found something here that I really believe that we're losing a lot of opportunity. However, I also did a lot of research. I just did a webinar with a national training company. I just did, there was dealer principals on there that I was talking to other dealer principals. And, I shared with them what I found. And I actually asked them, how can I get my dealer to understand this, or my GM to understand this? And they said, just, and that's all I'm doing is I'm just trying to share with you, here's the problem I found. Here's also a solution. If you consider this, here's what I think that we're going to get. And just tell them, not only are we not getting the X amount of dollars in value, but more importantly, that money that we're wasting could be reallocated to this thing here, which I'm sure would be able to get us another 100 leads, another 10 cars. And that's how you speak to dealers is money missing. Say, what I'm thinking is, if you try the solution here, I think I would be able to generate another 100 leads, which would sell another 10 cars. And if we're averaging 4Gs a copy, that's an extra $40,000 a month to the store. So I don't know, but Ron, don't you think that, that might get a GM's attention? It's not like, 100%. Hey, this is wrong, this sucks, but it's, here's a counter solution, and here's what we are missing and what we can make. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's the best that you could do. And if he says, shut up, mind your business, then that's who you work for. And that's unfortunately what it is. And so plan 2 is, you tried and they're not listening, but that's his prerogative of being the GM. So what you do is invest in yourself. You don't need my permission or mommy's and daddy's permission. The most successful people in the automotive industry, brother, they invest in themselves. Cody Carter sold 154 cars in 1 month. He sold 1,200 units last year. He made $1.1 million at Tustin Toyota. Facts. Ali Reda broke the Guinness Book of World Records with all the cars that Ron sells. With Chevy and Cadillac, he sold 1,582 units in 1 year, broke Joe Girard's record. He sold 209 units in 1 month, 35 cars in 1 day. It's not normal, but what I'm saying to you is that these people built their business within the dealership's business. You right now are on the umbilical cord of the dealership, and no disrespect, but you should be offended that your livelihood, your family's livelihood is at the mercy of somebody that won't even respect you enough to listen to you. So again, no disrespect to him at all.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I don't know what's in his mind or what's in his thing. So I'm saying to you, don't worry about him. Try to do what you can, because you're a good company guy, and I respect that, like you said from the other place, but then focus on what you could control. You could control your own ad budget. Go get your own website like Cody Carter and invest your own money in Facebook ads, Instagram. My daughter worked for a Buick GMC dealership. She became nationally famous. This girl now is all over the United States, NADA, digital dealer, driving. She's speaking everywhere. Why? Because when she worked at the Buick GMC dealership, look at this. She built her own website, T Got Your Keys. So this is her own website. So she had her own website. And again, it did have inventory from the dealership. So she had to get permission from the dealership to be able to use the dealership's inventory. But guess what? With this, she was doing Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok advertisements. And she, at 19 years old, she was averaging 20 plus cars a month, but outgrossing people selling 25 and 30 units a month, because she built her business within the dealership's business. Zach, does that make sense?
Very much. No, for sure. And that's definitely the route that I'm taking right now.
So Ron, as a dealer, again, your store is different. Obviously, you get it. That's why you're on this webinar. But again, do you like the feedback that I just gave him? I said, listen, respect the GM, try to present it the right way, but then also don't get hurt or offended. Just say, you know what, that's their business. Let me focus my energy, my time, my passion, my research in building my business within their business. And then you could turn around and say, listen, my man, I'm spending 2 G's a month and I'm generating a shit ton of leads right here. This is what I'm doing. Do you want me to? Now you might want to listen to me, because I'm going to tell you right now, if a salesperson invested their own money out of their own pocket and was selling a bunch of cars, and I would be like, holy crap, now I might feel stupid, but then I'd probably listen to him personally.
I agree with you 100%.
Thanks, brother. Thank you. Let me go back and talk about one more thing because we only got about 10 minutes left here, guys, on this session. And I want to open it up to questions for you. The other big thing that I want to talk to you about is these online classifieds. I'm very offended. I've always been a dealer advocate because the dealers, like the automotive industry, honestly, like no rhetoric, you know what I mean? Like it really has changed my life. My wife is a CEO. My daughter works at a Kia, Chevy, Subaru dealer. My other daughter spent 3 years on the front lines, now 3 years with me. My nephew sells cars at a Buick GMC dealership. So my family is immersed in this industry and it's blessed us beyond belief. So I get offended when people hurt car dealers. I really do, because my entire family's life is blessed because of our industry. And what I find, and this is a public service announcement, because I train these companies, but like, I don't know if you guys know, but I don't want to mention my names because I don't want to blow them up. But a lot of these companies, big companies, I'll name them too, I don't care, like Cars Direct and AutoWeb have actually hired me and brought me to their headquarters to train their salespeople, to train their account reps over these years. I've trained some of the best vendors out there, so I understand how they work. The reason why I like lead source providers, and Joel, here's the difference. A lead source provider charges you per lead, right? Now I know that Texas is a little bit different, but besides 1 or 2 states, most people that have new car providers are per lead, which I love because you pay for what you get and you don't pay for what you don't get, right? Whereas these online classifieds, I'm going to give you some game right here. You know how we have objections, rebuttals? You guys would be out of your mind if you think that these vendors don't have ninja sales meetings like you have sales meetings, you know, with their BDCs and their salespeople. You don't think that they air them out? How many dealers did you sign up this week? How many dealers did you sign up this month? What are the objections you get from dealers? They ninja train. These are billion-dollar companies, guys. Billions and billions of dollars. They're trained. And let me just tell you the rebuttal with every one of these classifieds: Car Gurus, Auto Trader, Cars.com, Kelley Blue Book, Edmunds.com. These are all online classifieds. When you go to them and you say, my guy, your rep, I just spent $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 and I got 30 leads. It's costing me $300 per lead. There, you know what they say? Their butt gets tight. It puckers up and it says, I'm not a lead source provider. I'm an online classified. We don't just generate you leads. We provide you phone ups. We provide you site links. We provide you VDPs. We provide you SRPs. We provide you all this bullshit. Now, here's the difference to somebody that's not trained in this, especially a dealer principal or GM. They're like, oh, that makes sense. I need views. No, you don't need that stuff. Let me share with you. There's a guy named Maslow. Anybody here heard of Maslow and Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Yep. Yep.
Huh? Joel, you said yes?
Yeah, I don't remember an ADA and yeah.
So Maslow is, you know, an amazing historical figure. Like he came up with the human being's hierarchy of needs. It starts with food, air, shelter, things like that. But then last on the pyramid is what's called self-actualization, being loved and accepted. I swear to God, this is a real thing. If you think about it, that's what human beings need. They need, but in a priority order, they need oxygen, they need water, they need food, they need shelter. And then, you know, part of it is self-actualization and feeling accepted and feeling loved. But talk to a starving Ethiopian, right? They're not going to give a shit about feeling accepted and loved first if they can't breathe because there's no air, or if they're starving, you know what I mean, and their belly's bloated. You see what I'm saying? So there's a hierarchy. So what I say is this: number one thing, if you could get from this entire webinar, please understand that there's a priority of needs in marketing, advertising, and lead generation. The very first thing that we all need is actionable opportunities. I hate using the word leads. We need actionable opportunities. We need prospects. We need ups, phone calls, phone ups, email leads. I don't give a shit about VDPs and SRPs, because at the end of the day, what I need are active leads that I could call, email, text, reach out to. And what happens is they don't like to hear this. Most of these vendors, and I'd say about 90% of them, because that's how they make their money, they're like, and I'm like, no, listen, why would I spend $6,000 on you to generate 30 leads when I could spend $2,000, which is 1/3 of what I pay for you, and get 100 leads? Let me repeat that. Why should I spend $6,000 for Auto Trader, Cars.com, Car Gurus, etc., to generate 32 leads when I could spend literally $2,000 for 100 leads. And they're like, well, because you need VDPs, you need SRPs, you need this, you need that. And stop. If you really are not like a pirate, if you're really not a pirate, just take a step back, take off your vendor, your hat for a second, and just think about that question. Why should I spend $6,000 to generate 30 leads and a gazillion VDPs and SRPs? Who cares? I only got 30 leads. When I could only spend a third of that, I could spend 2,000 instead of 6,000 and generate 100 leads. And that number is accurate. What I just said is happening all across the country right now, this second, because there's a lot of people that are believing the bullshit, excuse my language, that believe in the BS that VDPs and SRPs, yes, there is value, but there's a hierarchy of value. There's certain things that you need that are way more important than just VDPs and SRPs. You need active opportunities that you can follow up with. Ron, does that make sense?
Oh, it does, for sure.
So let's use the last 5 or 10 minutes or whatever you want to spend here. Let me just answer questions. Anybody this is the time to ask me whatever questions you want about marketing, about leads, about vendors, about anything.
Excuse me. I don't have any questions right now, Sean. I'm just realizing that my expense to get a lead to my out of my website is just astronomical.
Well, Ron, you're our client, you know what I mean? So what we can do is I'll have Franca reach out to you and let's take this offline, and then I can help you at no charge. You know what I mean? Like, you're my client. Just look at your marketing and go down, one by one, line item by line item. And this is what I do for a lot of my monthly support clients, brother, is we are doing marketing assessments. And I literally, with my clients, I'm calling their reps and I have them video recorded so they can't do the BS. And my God, here's what I start with. And here's a little pro tip. When I call, like, let's say Car Gurus, I just called Car Gurus the other day, and I shout out to Car Gurus because I normally hate them. I really do. But this rep was awesome. She's based out of Iowa. I don't want to mention their names and stuff like that, but she was super awesome. And she was one of the most honest Car Gurus reps I've ever seen in my life. She's super awesome. And we were talking, and I started off like this. I said to her, it's like, before we get started, I want to just let you know that I have zero desire to destabilize the dealership. You know what I mean? If we could make this work with you, I am 100% in. I want to start with one simple question. How do you think we did last month? And this is how she got me. I liked her. She said, not so good. Then I said, thank you. Because when I asked that question to most of these reps, they're like, oh, you did great. So I'm like, how did I do great? I spent $6,000. I got 30 leads. And how does that great? So she at least said, you didn't do so well. And I said, okay, well, talk to me why. And she's like, well, that's a good question. And then we explored it. And there's a lot of things that people don't understand. You need to audit your vendors every single month. You need to reconcile, just like you reconcile your bank accounts, you've got to freaking reconcile your vendors. Because if you don't keep them, not honest, but if you don't keep them specifically focused, you're not going to get the value that you need. Do you understand what I'm saying? So sure. Again, I was like, because there might be issues on their side with data feeds, whether it's through vAuto or HomeNet. I mean, if you were a used car provider, like any of the ones I just mentioned, one of my clients had 130 retail ready vehicles and they had 30 leads between phone up and email. How the hell do you have 130 retail vehicles that are priced great, by the way, and only generate 30 email leads and phone ups? Something's not right. It either has to do on the vendor side, or it might be the dealer. It might be the pictures. It might be the multimedia. It might be the descriptions. It might be this. It might be that. Just like you have a deal jacket and you have a STIP checklist, there is in my analogy, there is like a metaphorical deal jacket for every one of these vendors. There's certain things that you need to do for each and every one of these people. Car Gurus, Kelley Blue Books, Edmund.com, all those, Auto Trader, they all have almost like a playbook that to maximize leads from them, you need to do this, and this. But most dealers don't even know that there's a deal jacket, metaphorically speaking. And they damn sure are not reconciling to make sure that everything for all their vendors individually is happening the right way. So Ron, when I say that, doesn't that kind of blow your mind? Like, who in your organization is just your website alone, brother? That's $16,000 a month. Wait, watch this. How long have you had your website provider for?
Ooh. Several years. 10 years, maybe. Okay. I think it started as Probably 6 or 8.
How long have you been paying 16 grand a month for approximately?
A lot. I don't even want to
over
do
5
that.
years?
We're talking $500,000.
Oh, no, it's more than that, bro. So in times 60 months, in 5 years, you're almost $1 million. It's 960. So in 5 years, you drop literally. Oh, now you're going to vomit. So hold yourself. Yep. Okay. So
a lot of trust
in
on my
5
side,
years,
the numbers verifying.
But do you see what I'm saying though? Like when I say this to you as an outsider looking in, my brother, you dropped almost $1 million. Like and my little Wayne boys, $1 million. You almost dropped $1 million in 5 years off of your website. If I'm gonna drop $1 million on my website, brother, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna sparkle. It's gonna have all the right SEO. I'm gonna have all the analytics, and I best be checking because now if you said 10 years, that's $2 million. You've dropped on your website. When you look at it like that, it's kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
All right. So, okay, guys, any last things that anybody wants to ask or state before I let this go?
This is Joel. I don't know if my picture's gone, but I had used Cars Direct years ago. I didn't do very well with them at the time, but it's been a number of years. So is there a particular Cars Direct program that you're recommending?
Yeah, well, let me just say this again, and this is what my wife, just personal real quick. This is my second marriage. I've been with my wife 16 and a half years. We just had our wedding anniversary the other day on the 20th. So we just had our 14 wedding year anniversary. But let me tell you a funny story. One of the first things that my Puerto Rican wife said to me, she was like, listen, I don't want to hear any of the BS from your ex-wife because I'm not her. And she set my butt straight from the very beginning. So my point to that story is, it doesn't matter what happened before. It doesn't matter, because here's the reality. The reason why most third-party providers don't work out, I swear to you guys, because I have no skin in the game, I could care less. I'm telling you the truth, is this, because it's not even the vendor. They don't have the CRM to set up the right way with the right processes, action plans, templates, protocol. They don't have enough people. They don't have the right people. They don't have the right accountability. They don't have the right management, yada, yada, yada. So do lead source providers have bad leads? Yes. The industry standard is about 10%. So if you get 500 leads a month, 50 of them should be bad. Here's a red flag. If you get 500 leads a month and 100 to 200 leads are bad, something's either wrong with you're tracking or internal, you're burning through ups, or you have the wrong vendor. Because I'm telling you, national average should be 10% or lower for bad and duplicate. So if you're finding anything higher than 10%, something's not right, either internal at your organization or there. So yes, I actually have direct contacts with the CEOs of all these companies. Joel, reach out to my office if you can. You can call me directly at Dealer Synergy. The phone number is online, and I will connect you and plug you in with the executives of Cars Direct. And matter of fact, I could get you for free. And Cars Direct doesn't pay me anything. I'm on recording here. I can't lie. I get $0 from these people, right? What I get is special privileges. What you can do is if you go through my referral, they'll give you used cars for 60 days completely for free. Okay, there's no obligation or whatever. They'll give you 60 days for free, and there's preferred pricing. The reason is, since I don't take commissions from these companies, they give me privileges because of as much business as I give them. So it makes me look smarter, more important as a consultant because I get to get people special, deals. And again, I have my word on record. I don't make $1 from these people. So after this, just reach out to me and I'll get you hooked up with whatever vendors that you need. I want to ask a quick question though to Ron. Can you just tell me just a couple quick questions? Same question though, but what did you think about this webinar as a dealer principal? Did you get value out of this? And if so, what specifically was the most valuable piece of information we went over?
I did. It made me think in regards to what my total cost is for the website and for the lead. When you originally think about just your website costs, there's so many more costs that goes into it, your SEO, your SEM. And, a lot of times we don't calculate those into our cost per lead. It was very helpful.
All right, good, my brother. Listen, we love working with you and your organization. So I'll have Frank reach out to you and we'll set up, a one-on-one where I'll go through that. Do you have our marketing spreadsheet. And for anybody that's on this, just email, the people that set this up. So my team, and I will give you the Dealer Synergy, scorecard. And this is what I use with all my dealers. That's this thing right here that I just showed you. So this is a really great scorecard because the way that I have this broken down, look at the spreadsheet. It's really awesome. All the vendors, they're broken down into categories where the cost of services like this, being able to have all this data right there. Then I have another sheet, all the logins and the passwords for the back end, and then all the totals right here. So, Ron, do you have access to this yet or no?
No, I do not, but I'd love to have it.
Done. It's my gift to the people that are on this here. It took us a lot of time to come up with it over the years, but it's going to be very, very helpful to you. Listen, everybody, I got to jump. I'm past my time. I want to respect your guys' time. Keep, in touch with our team. And if there's anything we could ever do to help you, whether it's training, support, or just giving you free advice like this, it's my pleasure to help you guys. Take care.
Appreciate your time very much.
So there you have it, the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. This podcast comes to you every week from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you have a question about the show or would like the chance to become a guest, feel free to contact us directly at 856-546-2440 or email us at millionairecarsalesman@gmail.com. This program is a presentation of Synergy Records, produced by Tiana Mick and L.A. Williams. Production and engineering by L.A. Williams. The Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast is hosted every week by L.A. Williams and the Millionaire Car Salesman himself, Sean V. Bradley. The Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast can be found everywhere, so please don't forget to review, subscribe to, and share the show. Thanks for listening to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, and remember, where I'm from, money provides options. If you enjoyed this podcast, then make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave us a review. Let some other folks know about it. Oh, and don't forget to join the Millionaire Car Salesman group on Facebook. We'll see you there.